Hi everyone, Merry Christmas to you all. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to perform authentication in Django Rest Framework. So let's get started right now. So if you can remember, in Django has some functions that helps us perform authentication in the start. So in Django, we have the user creation form that helps us create new users. We have the authenticate function. We have the login function. We have the logout function in Django. These functions helps us create users and also helps us log them in. But in Django Rest Framework, we don't have any of those functions, you get. So in Django Rest Framework, we usually use an external package to perform authentication in Django instead. So I will show you how this is being done in this video. So without further ado, we are getting started right now. Okay, to perform authentication in Django Rest Framework, there's a package called Djoser. This package helps us to sign up users and also log them in. So this is the package over here. Go down to your browser and search for Djoser. So you can see it on my screen there. So when you do that, you see the first link. Click on the first link. That is Djoser documentation. So just open that. So mine is coming up. So right now I have Djoser on my screen. Okay, so now let's click on getting started. Let's see the guidelines on using Djoser. Okay, because these are the endpoints Djoser has that helps us log in, and create users instead. So right now I need to get down to the installation aspect of Djoser. So let's install Djoser and start using it. So I can't find that. Let's click on introduction. Okay, I've seen installation here. Click on getting started. So see installation, click on installation. So right now you need to install Djoser. So this is the command to install Djoser. So run this command. So once you've done that now, so just run this command first. So Ctrl C, just copy this. Okay, and to the browser to my terminal. So just run the command there, pip install Djoser. So do that. So once you've done that now, let's see what's next. We also need to install this Django Rest Framework simple JWT. We'll come back to that later. Okay, I guess you've installed Djoser in a stand, or you've run the command pip install Djoser. So if you can see over here, it says that if you are going to use JWT or JWT authentication, you also need to install Django Rest Framework _ simple JWT. That's true. So we'll get there shortly. So right now, come down to your installed app. You also need to add Djoser to your installed apps. You get, so go down to your code there, go down to settings of Wi-Fi. Where do I have mine again? I think it's in the e-commerce. So don't worry, the source code will be down below in the video description. So let's see. Installed apps, you need to add Djoser over here in the stance. Let's do that right now. Let me just come down here and say Djoser. So Djoser is there, perfect. So what's the next step? Go down to the browser. So once you've done that, you need to also add, I guess my screen is too tiny. What's happening? It's bigger. Okay, I think it's better now. So right now, just come down here. You need to also add this URL path to your project URL.py. So copy this, go down to your project URL.py, your project over here. So you need to add that over here also. Paste. So I think I'll remove this. Oh, okay, I need to change this to paths, and then it should just be alt. Don't worry about what you saw before. Okay, perfect. So this is what you need to do now. So add this to your project URL.py file. Where are you? Okay, here is it. So nice, we've done this already. So what's next on the list? I think we've done all we need to do. Okay, so right now we've been able to configure Djoser, you get. So, and we have two ways of authenticating in Django Rest Framework. We have two ways. We have the token authentication, and we also have the JWT authentication. So I'll show you that we have two backends. So let's come up. So you can see we have two backends. You can see we have the token based, we also have JWT based instance. So let's see, token based requires a database to authenticate user, you understand, Why JWT, which is JSON Web Token, which is JSON Web Token, it does not require any database at all. You understand? It does not require any database, so that's why it is preferred over token-based authentication. So right now we're going to be using JWT authentication in this tutorial. You understand? So let's get started right now. Click on that. So when you've done that, now we need to install this command. I showed you the first time, so let's find it. Okay, so right now, since we're using JWT, we need to install a package. Let me get the package again. We once there. What was happening? Okay, installation. Go down to your installation again. Yeah, I think it's here. Installation. Okay, you can see in this package called Django Rest Framework _ simple JWT. You need to install this package. So come over here, copy that, Ctrl C, and paste over here. Let's paste that and enter. So so I already have that. So you have to install this. So once you've done that, now I think I'll come back here now. Go down to your authentication backend. So right now we're using JWT, so click on JWT, Json Web Token. So once we've done this, now we need to add this to our code. REST framework, we need to add this. Just copy this. I think I already have REST framework. Just copy. Ctrl C, go down to your settings.py file. I already have REST framework in settings.py file. Down to the end of the screen. Where are you? I thought I have REST framework in the settings.py file, but I can't find it here. Okay, the best is to copy everything. Just copy this old stuff. Copy, Ctrl C to your settings.py file. Paste that here. So if paste, move this ellipsis. Move it. It's not needed there. So that's done. So once you've done this now, what's the next step? You need to also copy this simple JWT headers. Copy this stuff. Just need to paste that in your code. Paste it. I think I don't have it. I'm just wishing I don't have any clash. I feel I have that REST framework already pasted here, but it's not. That means okay. I can't find it here. So let's continue. Okay. This, you can see I added. I once added over here. You can see that. So it's already commented. Okay, perfect. Now let's see what we have. What we need to do again. Okay, so let's see. US.py file. You need to also add this. Ctrl C to your base URL, to your project URL.py file. Okay, come over here. You have this here. Use parts over here. Remove these regular expressions. Okay, I think that's all we need for now. Okay, let's check again if there's anything we need to add, anything extra. Okay, so that's all. Okay, right now let's test the endpoint and see how far we've gone in the stand. So click on getting started. Okay, we have the endpoints here. So this first endpoint enables us to create new users in the stand. So how do we get over here? It's simple. Just come down here, go down to your, say 127. You put in your URL, then auth, then users. You can see what we have there. All we have there is users, if I'm correct. What's happening? Okay, all we have there is users. So on this endpoint enables you to create new users in instance. So if you can see over here, okay, from our URLs, you have to prefix the endpoint with auth. It is necessary to do that. If not, you run into errors. You get. So once you've done that, let's see what we have now. So enter. Okay, now so on this endpoint does not support, because this endpoint requires it to be logged in instead. So right now I can say this right here is where we can sign up new users. If they put in their email and their password, we are gonna get them created. We are gonna get this user signed up. We are gonna get them registered on the platform. You get. So right now we are meant to have 3 fields like username, email and password, but on my own end I customize the user model. This is it over here. Let me close that. This is it over here. So I made a new app called apps. So I'm going to link it. I'm going to share this tutorial with you guys in this video description. I will share this tutorial where I customize the user model. You find that in the video description. You understand? So okay, now so in this app called I customize the user model. You can see that here it's been customized, and I set the username to none, and I made the email to be unique. You understand? You know, on the default, emails are not unique, only the username that is unique. But right on my own end, I made username to be none. That's why you are not seeing username as part of these fields. You are meant to see the username, email, and password on. So you are meant to see the username and the password on default. But right now I changed mine to just the email and password. You can see I want to use the email to log in users. You get. So that's that. And if you can remember, in Django user has a lot of fields. It has the first name field, it has the last name field, it has the last login, it has some extra fields, right? So you might also want to capture those extra fields during your sign up process. You might want to have the username field, you might want to have the first name field, you might want to have the you might want to have the last name field as part of your sign-in process. You can do that by customizing Djoser Serializers. I'll show you how to do that in this video. You get it. So, but right now we only have the email and password. And if you want to see on your own end, if you want to add the username as part of the field, make sure you don't set your username to none. Don't do that. If you want to make sure if you want to have your username show as part of these fields, yeah, make sure your username is not set to none. Don't set it. I made mine none, but don't do yours none. You get. So that's that. So right now I want to add extra fields like first name, last name to these fields here. So this is where Djoser comes in. So go down to Djoser and let's search for serializers. Where's the search box? I can't even find Djoser search box. Let's go back one step. I think this is too big. Let's take it back to the normal size. Okay, look at the search box here. Just search for serializers. Serializers. Let's see. Okay, so before I show you how to add extra fields, let's log in. Let's create an account with the one we already have. Let's do that right now. Okay, right now let's create an account with the email and password, right? So you come on this endpoint alt/users. You can check from the endpoint you have here. This endpoint enables us to create new users. You get. You must make sure it is prefixed with alt. You understand? You must make sure it is prefixed with alt. And on this endpoint, you can get all the users in the database. Just refresh. Let's see. Okay, it's not working now, but let's try and log in. So let's try and create an account. So I'm going to just come and say new user. Let's just say new user 1 at gmail.com. At gmail.com. So make sure you put in a standard password. You try something like this 1234, it's not going to work. Let's try that. You can see it says that the password is too short. It must contain at least 8 characters. Instead, it is too common and the password is entirely numeric. So make sure you put in a standard password. So right now, I'm going to put in something. I'm going to just come here and say, what's it called again? New user 1 at gmail.com. At gmail.com. I'll just come and say over here, I am a coder. Just say, I am a coder. So create. So perfect. So right now we have a new user. A new user has been created. You can see we have the email there. Well, right now we want to add extra fields. We want to add the first name and the username. Sorry, the first name and the last name to be part of this sign up field. So how do we do that? So I'll show you that right now. So right now let's add the extra fields to our sign up form. Let's do that right now. Okay. First of all, go down to your code, to the browser, go down to the Djoser documentation. Let's say we need to search for something, which is the serializers. I'm looking for the search bar. Should be on top. Okay, here's a search bar. Okay, should just search for serializers. Okay, searching. Don't waste my time, please. Okay, it's up. Click on settings and then scroll down. Just scroll down. Okay, I went too far. Okay, just here you can see all the defaults. We have the serializers here. So let me make this a bit big so you can see the screen clearly. That's too much. Okay, now we have this. Right now we have the serializers here. Right now we need this user create. Where are you? I was not expecting user create serializer. Yeah, this is not what I was expecting. This is it. I think this is it. Okay, I don't think. Okay, I guess I'm in the wrong place. Let's scroll up. Okay, this is where I was. Okay, this is where I was expected to come to. Understand? So, just over here. So this user create serializer. This is the create user serializer we have here. So right now we need to go and we need to go to our code now and customize this. Because this is what Djoser uses on the default. So once you go and customize this default right now, go down to your code now. Okay, to our code now. So we're going to go down to our core app because everything about authentication is stored in the core app for me. So I'll go down to my core app now and create a new file called serializers.py. Serializers.py. Let's do that. Serializers.py. Enter. Okay, now to the browser now. I'm going to import user create serializer from Djoser to Serializers. So let's do that right now. I'll say from Djoser.serializers, from Djoser.serializers, I'm going to import user create serializer. This is it here. So I'm going to create my class method now. Class method. Am I right? So I'm going to say not class method. I'm going to say class user create serializer. User create serializer. Let me just say my user create serializer. My user. I don't want the name clash. Understand? My user creates serializer. And I'm going to we're going to inherit from what we imported. So Ctrl C. We'll paste that here. After I've done that now, class method. So the meta is also meant to inherit from user create serializer.meta. It's also meant to inherit from what we have here. So let's open this and see what we have there. You can see now we have this class meta over here. We are also going to inherit from this. You can see this class meta is what is responsible for returning those three fields. You see those two fields you see on the where is it again? Those fields you see over here. This username, this email and password. You can see that. So this meta you see is responsible for those fields you see there. You get. So right now what you want to do is that we want to update this meta. We want to update it over here. So let's go down to our serializers over here. I'm going to close this. So first of all, you need to inherit from user create serializer.meta. After you've done that now, we are going to add the fields. Attributes should be equal to, we're going to list out some fields. I'm going to say ID, email, you get first name. Remember our user model comes with first name and last name. First underscore name, and then what again? Last underscore name. You know we can't add username because username is none from the models I showed you. Our username is none. You can see. Well, let's try and see. Let's try and see first. Okay. Okay. So right now we need to let Django know about this serializer we just made. We need to let Django know about this. How do we go about that? It's simple. Go down to your sense.py file. I'm going to create a new variable. We're going to create a new field or a variable called Djoser. And so Djoser should be equal to this now. Okay. Then what next? We're going to say serializers. If I was playing that correctly. Then it's going to be equal to this another object, and then it's going to be user creates. Alright, user creates, and then that's going to be equal to. So right now this user create you see is coming from, it's coming from here. Where is it from again? It's coming from this one we have a user create. We are trying to customize what Djoser gives us, understand? So user create coming from over here, and the value is going to be the path to our own custom serializer, and the path is here. It's in the core app core, and then in the core app, it's then in the serializer. It's then in the serializer.py file, serializers.py. Get serializers, and then the name of the serializer is called my user create serializer. My user create. I'm just gonna copy this in the settings.py file and paste that here. Okay, so that's what we need to do now. So that's all for now. I just hope it works. So now let's run server, enter. Oh, this is recording. Okay, it's recording. So to the browser, what's this? To the browser now, refresh. Right, you can see we have, I didn't add password. You can see we have first name and last name. I forgot to add password. Let's go and add password. I didn't add password. Look at me. Password. Right now, what's wrong? Oh, I didn't actually separated that with a comma. Okay, password, and then the browser refresh. Because right now we have two extra fields. We have the first name and the last name. Before it was not there. You can see we don't have username here because I set username to none in my models. You can see username here, I set it to none. That was my mistake. And if I try changing it now, I'm gonna lose all of my data, and I don't want to lose it right now. So right there, you can see username is set to none. That's why we can't find. That's why it is not among the fields here. You get. So okay, that's for that. That's it for that. So now let's see what's next. And I think right now we can then create an account capturing the email of the user, the first name, the last name, and then the password. So let's try that now. Let me say user1. Let's say user2@gmail.com. User2@gmail.com. Let's say first name should be user2, last name should be user2, and password, let's put in something. Let's just say I am a coder. So let's try, click on post. Perfect. You can see now we have right there, we have a new user has been created. Perfect. Okay guys, so it's time for us to log in instance. So right now we have been able to create a new user, so let's log in. So to the browser where we have our Djoser endpoint, go down to introduction. Let's see, why is it taking time? Okay, it's open. So I think introduction, I think we should have the endpoint somewhere around here. Getting started. Let's see our endpoints again. I want to show you something. So we go down to user/me, that's the current logged in user, right? So let's try that right now. So go down to users, then put me there, me, enter. You can see it says credentials were not provided. Instead, this page, you must be logged in before you can access this particular endpoint. You understand? So how do we log in? If you go back to that same endpoint list, you see this is where you log in. If you go down to JWT/create, this is where you log in. And once you go down to this endpoint, you get a web token. You get a token that you will use to access secured endpoints. You understand? So let's come down to this page. Remember, you must have an account on the platform. So now let's go down to that. It's called, what was it called again? It's called Json. Remember, this is what is responsible for that. Remember, if you check our code here, you can see this URL you see here, this JWT you see over here, it can only work when you have this last URL there. If you don't have this last URL in your code, it won't work. And your settings.py file, you must have this configuration. You understand? You must have them. So to the code again, I think it's called JWT/create. Let's visit that endpoint. /create. Okay, it's on this endpoint you're gonna get your, you get your JSON Web Token. So remember, the user I created last is called user2@gmail.com. I think I'm correct, at gmail.com, and the password is what? I am a coder. So click on post. Perfect. Because now we got two keys. We got the refresh token and also the access token. The access token is used to access secured endpoint. Right, the refresh token is used to, it helps to get us a new access token, you understand, because they both have an expiry date. On a default, the access token has a 5-minute duration. Once it exceeds 5 minutes, it's going to get expired, and we are going to use the refresh token to get a new access token once the access token is expired, you get. So right now I want to change this configuration. So you get, just go down to your browser and search for simple, just for Django Rest Framework, Django Rest Framework, simple JWT, enter. So click on the first link, the first URL you see there, click on it. That should take us to simple JWT documentation. What's happening? Okay, it's coming up. Okay, right now I want to change the duration for the access key and the refresh key. I want to elongate their duration instead. So okay, so click on, let's scroll down a bit. Okay, there's something I'm looking for. Click on, what is it called? Click on settings. Let's see the settings. Okay, this is what I need here. I want to simply get out this access token and refresh token lifetime, you understand? So copy these two, just copy them out, Ctrl C, go down to your settings.py. Okay, just under here, you paste them. I must import time delta. So right now I'm going to change this access token to 1 day, to days 1. You can see it's 5 minutes on default. I'll change it to a day. What's happening? Okay, days and then 1, and this one should be 2 days, the refresh token. So go down to the top, you must import time delta, and it's from date time, import time delta. You can see there's an error there. Just to the top of your code now. Let's do that here. What's happening? My code. Okay, just put that on top. Just here. Okay, my key is okay. I don't know why it's gonna come back. Okay, that's that. Once you've done that, you've imported the time delta. So now let's run server again. Run server. So once we've done this, once you've done all this, okay, now we have our time. We have these keys here. Perfect. Let's cross check. Okay, so what's the next thing to do now? Let's create another JSON Web Token. You can see we've elongated their duration. You can see access token is going to last up to 1 day, and the refresh token is going to last up to 2 days instead. Remember, I use the refresh token to get a new access token when the access token is already expired. You get so, and this. Okay, don't worry, let's get there. So now to the browser. Where are we? I think we are here. Okay, so refresh this place again. Okay, let's log in again. Let's get a new token. So I'm gonna say user2@gmail.com, and the password is called I am a coder. So let's like click on post. Okay, perfect. Now right now you can see we got a new refresh token and a new access token, right? So we've gotten this token. So what's the next thing to do now? So how do we log in with this token? How do we log in with this access token? It's simple. We have gotten the token, but we can't log in yet. Understand? So to log in, right now I need to copy out this token. I don't want to refresh. I don't want to get all. Right now, because right now we have the token, but if you go down to users, and then me. You can see we're still not logged in. You understand? We are still not logged in. You can see it says authentications credential were not provided. So what do we do now? So right now, I think we need to go down to JWT and create again. We've been creating tokens like something else. JWT / okay, I don't think we need the users. Yeah. So now let's get a new token again. So say user2 at gmail.com, and the token is called and the password is called I am a coder. So click on post. Okay, perfect. Now so we've gotten the token, right? This is the access token. So how do we log in with this token? So right now we need to download, go down to your browser and you need to download this extension called mod header. It's meant for Chrome. So it is what was it called again? It's an HTTP header that helps us to log in. It's a mod header. Just go down to your browser and search for mod header. You can see it helps to modify HTTP headers. Instead, just click on the link there. It is a Chrome extension. So what's the next step? Okay, for you now, you're going to see if you don't have the extension on your Chrome browser, you see add to Chrome. Currently, I have the extension and it's saying remove from Chrome, right? I'm not removing, so that was a mistake. So if you have it, you're going to see remove from Chrome. So once you install this extension into your Chrome browser, go down to your extension panel, which is this icon at the center here. Click on it, and then you see mod header over there. Mod header, you just click on mod header. So mod header is open currently, so just tap on that, click on add. So click on request header. When you've done that now, the name is called authorization. Make sure you put authorization. It's going to suggest it for you. If it does not suggest it for you, just type out authorization, and the value is going to be prefixed with JWT in capital letter. If you can check your code, it's coming from here. This JWT you see I added there is coming from this auth header types. Whatever you add there, that was going to be prefixed. So JWT comes there, and next you're going to get your access token. Which you have over here. Just copy your access token. Copy this. Ctrl C. What was that? Ctrl C. Copy the access token. Go down to your mod header. Yes, it's. Oh, I can't find mine. Okay, I think it's there. Click on mod header. Okay, so we're going to paste our access token. Before you paste, make sure there is a space. Just type your space bar. Make sure there is a space there, and you paste your access token, and then click on add. So we've done that already. Perfect. Now, so right now we are logged in. So let's confirm. Go down to auth users. Go down to auth users /me. Perfect. You can see I'm currently logged in. You can see this user is logged in at the moment. If I go down to users, I'm going to see all the users in the data. Okay, users. I expect to see all the users, but right now, okay. Right now I'm currently logged in. You can see I'm currently logged in. This is the user that is logged in at the moment. I'm currently logged in at the moment. You understand? So these are you log in using Django Rest Framework on the back end. But on the front end, they have a different principle in logging in. They have a different method, a different concept in logging in with JWT authentication. You understand? But on the back end, you want to log in. So right now you are logged in. You understand? Right now in Django Rest Framework, you're currently logged in. You understand? So in Django Rest Framework, this login method you have here, let me show you. This login method you have here of accessing your admin panel is not the way of logging in Django Rest Framework. You understand? Because if you check your code here, if you check your settings.py file, just see that now. You can see your settings.py file. We have changed the default authentication to use JWT. You understand? We've changed that here. So logging into your admin panel does not mean you've logged in Django Rest Framework. That's not how you log in Django Rest Framework. You understand? You have to use the JWT standard. So right now, what we are doing over here is just simply accessing the admin panel. But for it to log in the proper way, you have to use the method that I just showed using the Chrome mod header. you put in, get your header, you put in your authorization and then the JWT and then space, then the key, the access token, You understand? This so you can only be logged in for 24 hours for 1 day. You understand? So after 1 day, you won't be able to access this page again unless you get a new key. And how do you get a new key? Let me show you the endpoint. Come down to JWT refresh. You're going to get a new access token. You understand? You're going to get a new access. So let's try that. JWT refresh. So I didn't copy my refresh token. I forgot to copy the refresh token from previous. So once you get your refresh token and paste it here, remember how to get your refresh token. Let's log in again. I want to show you this step by step. Create. Let's say user 2, or let's just say new user 1. That's a new gmail.com, and then I'm a coder as a password. I am a coder. So post. So this is a new user now. So this is his access token. This is his refresh token. So once I put this access token, so I think I need to just copy these two guys. Let me copy them out. Don't you see? Let me get them to my. Let me paste them over here. Paste. Oh, how do I? So I've commented them out now. So right now to the code to our browser now. So what you need to do now is just get your access token. Get your access token. Copy, and then come over here. Mod header. So right now I'm going to clear this access token I have here. Let's see. Oh, it's so long. Wow. So paste, and then click on add. So go down to users, and then /me, enter. Right now we have a new user logged in instance. So right now this user let's assume his token has expired. So go down to JWT, and then it's called refresh, right? Let's assume his token has expired. We want to get him a new token. So we need to get our refresh token from where I pasted it. This is our refresh token. I'll copy this long stuff. It's super long. Just copy. Ctrl C. See your code now. Just paste that here, and then click on post. So right now we're costing a new access token, right? This is a new access token. Just copy this access token now. Copy this access token. Ctrl C. Let's see if the old one is still working. Let's say users and then me. Enter. Okay, the old one is still working. The old one is still working fine. It has not expired yet, but I just showed you how you can get a new access token in case this one has expired. You understand? Because this one, the one we are currently using, is going to last for 24 hours. It's going to last for 1 day. So once that 1 day elapses, it's going to get expired. You understand? So that was that. So and there's a warning over here. So once you are done with testing whatever you are testing on your project, make sure you clear your mod header. Make sure you clear this. If you don't clear this, you are going to run into errors. Because if you don't clear your mod header, you can't log into any other websites on your browser. You can't. So once you are done, make sure you clear your mod header. Clear it, like just click on this icon and it's cleared. If you don't clear it, you can't log into any other websites on this browser. You understand? So you might be using Mozilla. Right now the mod header I showed you is for Chrome. There are other mod headers for different browsers like Mozilla, Safari, and others. So look for their mod headers and install and do what I showed you. And once you are done, you clear your mod header. Just clear my own mod header. Now my mod header is currently empty. If you don't clear your mod header, you can't log into any other website. So right now, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you in the next video. So please do not to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends that are learning Django. So I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed and bye bye. Merry Christmas.